Hey, welcome back guys. So today on this video, we are talking about Etsy, and more specifically, I'm going to try to answer a question that I've been getting a lot on my other video, and that is, how do you create an Etsy seller account? So let's go ahead and talk about this. First off guys, this is going to be a really quick video. There's really not too many steps involved, so be sure to stick around to the end of the video. But why would you want to create a Etsy seller account? Well, that's pretty easy. Maybe you want to start making money online using Etsy, and you know that it's a great place to start out. Whatever the case is, it's a pretty easy process. It's all handled here in the Etsy.com website. Actually, let me show you the exact link. It is etsy.com/sell. Check my video description. I'll try to leave the quick link there. However, once you're here on the Etsy.com website and you want to set up a seller account, what you need to do is just scroll down until you see this little black button right here called Start Selling Today. Open your Etsy shop. Go ahead and click there. Okay, so here in the section, you can go ahead and sign into your current Etsy buyer account. If you don't have one, then you can go ahead and register by clicking on this button here on the top right. Okay, so here in this section, you can go ahead and enter in your email address, your first name, and a password to go ahead and register your new Etsy account. So I'm going to go ahead and enter all that information in off screen. Okay, once you entered in that information, it pops up with this welcome screen letting you know that you're about to set up your Etsy seller account. So click on this white Let's Do This button. Next, you have to answer a few questions about why you're setting up an Etsy seller account. So go ahead and choose which one applies to you and click on this black Next button. Next, they're asking if there's any points of interest in setting up your Etsy seller account. Go ahead and click whichever one applies to you and then click on this black Next button here at the bottom. Next, they let you know that they are going to help you set up your Etsy shop. So you want to click on this white Start Your Shop button. Now you're going to get asked a series of questions that help determine how your Etsy seller account is going to be set up. So you want to go ahead and choose your language, country, and currency, and then click on Save and Continue. Next, you want to go ahead and name your Etsy shop. So don't worry, you can go ahead and change it later. So I'm just going to go ahead and enter in any old random name right here. Okay, so I named my shop. I'm going to click on Save and Continue. Next, you need to fill out how you're going to get paid. So for tax purposes, are you setting up your Etsy account as an individual or a business? Then you will need to enter in your first name, your last name, your date of birth, your tax address, and also your banking information down here towards the bottom. So I'm going to go ahead and enter all that information in off screen. Okay, I went ahead and entered in all the required information. Next, I need to enter in my banking information, and that is how I will receive payment from items that I sell on Etsy. Now, Etsy uses a company called Plaid, so you do need to enter in your username and password to connect that, which is pretty common with a lot of online financial apps. So I'm going to go ahead and do that off screen. Okay, so once I click there, I need to choose my bank. So I'm going to go ahead and choose my bank from this list. Next, Plaid is letting me know that I need to authenticate with Chase. So I will be logging into my Chase account with my username and password. So I'm going to click on Continue. Okay, next, Chase is letting me know that I will be sharing some information with Etsy through Plaid. I'm okay with that. So let me click on Next. Next, it lets me know what Etsy is looking to gather from my account. So read through this. If you're okay with that, click on Next. Next, you get to choose what accounts inside of your Chase or whatever bank you're banking with you want to share with Etsy. So I'm going to get paid through my checking account. So I'm going to click on my checking account and then click on Next. Next, it lets me know Etsy will have access to account numbers, account names, balances, and contact information. If you're okay with that and you'd still like to connect your bank account to Etsy, click on this blue Connect My Accounts. Okay, so my Chase account is now connected to my Etsy seller account. And next I need to choose my deposit schedule when Etsy is going to transfer money into my Chase account. So I'll just click on once per month, and you want to scroll down and then click on this black Save and Continue button. Okay, next I need to set up my Etsy seller account by disclosing a credit card. And now this credit card is going to be used to set up any payments that I owe Etsy for their fees. So I need to enter in my card number, billing address, and then the Save and Continue button. So I'm going to go ahead and enter that in off screen. Okay, so I went ahead and entered in all that required information. And to continue enrolling for your Etsy seller account, click on this black Save and Continue button. Okay, next, as you're registering your Etsy seller account, they ask you to set up two-factor authentication in order to protect your seller account with Etsy. So you can choose either SMS or a phone call. For me, SMS, which is a text message, works better for me. So I chose that, and I'm going to click on this black Continue button. Next, Etsy is going to send me a text message to verify I want to set up two-factor authentication for my Etsy seller account. Here's my number here. So let me click on Send Code. Okay, I just received the code from my text message. I'm going to enter that in here. Okay, I entered in the two-factor authentication code, and I'm going to click on this black Continue button. Okay, next it gives me a list of of codes. These are backup codes that I can use to sign into my Etsy seller account in the future. So you want to go ahead and screenshot those and save those for future reference if for some reason you don't have access to your two-factor authentication. So I'm going to screenshot that. Okay, I'm going to click on this black continue button to continue setting up my Etsy seller account. Okay, and now it brings me into where I can go ahead and list items in Etsy, but my Etsy seller account is now registered and I've already set up the account. The last thing I need to do is go ahead and add listings into my Etsy account. If you need help with that, go back and watch my other video that describes adding listings into your Etsy account. So there you have it, guys. If you're looking for information on how to sign up for an Etsy seller account, that is the easiest way I know how to do it. If you know an easier way, be sure to leave a comment below. Let the rest of us know how you did it. Hopefully you found that video useful. If so, click thumbs up or maybe consider subscribing to my channel, and I hope to see you on the next video. Thanks again for watching.